Good morning. I can hear.
Okay.
Gitanjali, over to you. Gitanjali, you are on mute.
Can we start now?
Yes, yes.
A very warm good morning to everyone who have joined in online. I, Gitanjali Singh Rathod, welcome you all at this motivational and inspirational webinar. ICSI has organized today's webinar in particular for the students who are appearing in December 2021 examination. However, other students who are not appearing in the examination can also join this webinar and take advantage. Today is a special day for us for two reasons. One reason is that our chief guest Shri Muhammad Ali Shihab, IAS, President Sir, Vice President Sir and Joint Secretary Sir Mr. A.K. Srivastava are with us to guide and motivate our students. Second reason is that today is the death anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel ji, who is Iron Man of India. He is credited largely with the unification of the princely states of India after independence from the British. Post-independence, Patel was handed the Home Ministry and also became the first Deputy Prime Minister of India. His efforts in strengthening the union by integrating multiple tiny and largely princely states have won him the title Iron Man of India, and for which he is remembered till date. So we are remembering him also on this special day through this webinar. Students, believe me, today's webinar is going to be a great learning experience for all of you. Now let's start this webinar with these powerful words. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. To know your greatness and achieve excellence, you must first do something. Time to wake up. There are no magic formulas that would turn you from where you are today. The only way to go about this is to go ahead and start with it. Just take the first step. Now, without further ado, let's begin with this webinar. We are greatly honored to have with us special guests today. A very warm welcome to all of you. We are privileged to have with us our Honorable President, Shri Nagendra D. Rao ji, who is constant source of motivation for our students. The initiatives which Sir has taken for the students make him even more popular amongst them. To name a few, allowing students one more attempt under old syllabus in December 2021 examination, temporary relaxation from pre-examination and ODOP for December 2021 examination, reopening of enrollment window for 2 more days, foundation exam through remote proctor mode, etc. are few of the initiatives which Sir has taken. We welcome you, Sir. We are really privileged to have you here.
Thank you.
We are also honored to have with us our young and dynamic Vice President, Shri Devendra V. Deshpande ji, who is known for his brilliance, ideas and dynamism. Sir is also pioneer in taking various initiatives for our students and members. Our Secretary, Sir, he could not join due to his ill health. We have also with us our Joint Secretary, Mr. A.K. Srivastava from Directorate of Student Services. Sir is also a known face amongst all of our students. Sir has wide experience in the institute and is a great inspiration for all of us. Students, I now feel immensely happy to welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, whose fate forced him to go through a lot of adversities in his childhood, but due to his sheer hard work, he cracked the civil services examination and qualified for the post of IAS officer. His journey will surely inspire you all in many ways. Please welcome Shri Muhammad Ali Shihab ji. We welcome you, sir. We are sure that through this webinar is going to be one of the motivational webinars for our students, and they are going to take a lot of inspirational tips today. I once again welcome you all. I now request our Vice President, Sir Shri Devendra V. Deshpande ji, to give his welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Gitanjali. I hope I am audible. Good
Yes,
morning
sir.
to each and everyone. My warm regards to Nagendra D. Rao, our very own lovable president of ICSI. And as rightly said by Gitanjali, he has taken so many steps and so many important decisions at a very crucial time. I think the timing of the decision was very, very important. for the students, because students are usually very anxious about their examinations, about their registrations, about their last attempts, about their everything. So we have conducted all our examinations except one which we missed last year. But this year we have conducted all our examinations, and all students, due to grace of God, everybody was fit and fine, and they were able to attend all the exams and papers, and they could get through the good results also. We have also conducted the convocations. We have done the Samadhan Divas for the students throughout the year, which helped reducing the grievances of the students. And many initiatives have been taken under the able leadership of our beloved President Nagendra D. Rao. So I must thank on behalf of all the students to our President that his timely decisions and correct decisions have given a lot of comfort to our students. And here I am really happy to mention that we have got the highest number of students registered during this year for even CA, CET and the executive. So it is a golden year for the students. So I think let's celebrate that particular year with a wonderful session today. So I welcome Muhammad Ali Shihabji, IAS, Additional Secretary, Department of Power, Government of Nagaland. I welcome him to this particular webinar, and I hope that his wonderful speech today will motivate our students to appear for the examination and crack the examination easily. So today we will be discussing about a topic which has been mentioned as don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits. So it is going to be a motivational speech, and even I, as a member, would love to listen to the speech of our chief guest, and it will give me a lot of inspiration. I was going through one of the stories just a couple of days back, and I heard a question was asked in a jungle. Somebody went into jungle and asked who is the tallest animal. So somebody said, okay, giraffe is the tallest animal. Who is the biggest animal? Maybe elephant is the biggest animal. Who is the fastest? So leopard or cheetah was declared as fastest. And then the question was asked why these people are not the king of jungle. So who is the king of jungle? So answer came that it's lion. So the question was asked, lion is not the tallest, lion is not the biggest, lion is not the fastest. Then why he is king of the jungle? So the answer came that lion is king of jungle because he believes that he is king of jungle. So it is all about belief and self-belief. So students, whenever you are going into this examination, I think you should believe in yourself 100%. Whatever you are doing, this is the correct time of next 10-15 days. You keep everything aside and concentrate on your examination. And I am sure that on 25th of February, you will get all positive results for your career as a company secretary. And I would also like to mention that we, as an institute, we are celebrating Yuvotsav, which is a all India, all chapter competition to be held on 12th January. So it will be held in Indore. So those students who are interested in various competitions, those are extracurricular competitions. So you can join Yuvotsav. The necessary notice has been sent to all the students. So once your examination is over, for that release of your stress, you can come to Indore and join in huge numbers, and we'll have a great time there. It's a national program. All 72 chapters and 4 regions would be contesting in that particular competition. And then I would also like to mention that A.K. Srivastava and Gitanjali are working really very hard for the benefit of students, and I must appreciate their efforts at this point of time because many of the students would be listening. So we are the decision maker, but real execution of the decisions is done by these people and the entire team of TFC. So on behalf of students, I must thank them also. So over to you, Gitanjali ji, and I hope that students would be enjoying today's session and they will be motivated to give their best in the exams. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspirational and powerful words. Thank you for inspiring and encouraging us with your words on this special day. Now I feel extremely privileged to request our President, sir, to give his presidential speech. President, sir, we welcome you.
Thank you. Very good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Chief guest for today's motivational program for the students. Shri Muhammad Shihabji, C.S. Devendra Deshpande, our beloved Vice President, all the Directorate from the Student Services, Training, and all my dear students. At the outset, let me first congratulate each and every one of you who have joined this particular program. In order to, a question normally is asked. In fact, yesterday, it was what we call as a day wherein everybody used to, a Gita day, what we call as, Gita Jayanti we call as, or a Gita day we call as. So yesterday I was listening to the Gita, and in that you will find there was a question which was posed, that what motivates Sri Krishna, the Lord of Lord? What motivates all the Kauravas, the Yadavas, and Pandavas? What motivates? So Sri Krishna tells, it is the Shankha. Shankha, it motivates. Any war or any event which you take place, who is going to motivate whom? It is not the others who are going to motivate. It is others who are going to only give you the views, the ideas. It is you yourself who have to motivate. So what motivates Lord Sri Krishna? So at the start of the war, he starts with Shankanada. Similarly, all the warriors who were present over there blow the Shankha. For what? Motivating themselves to enter into a challenging time. That may be a war situation, but for you, it is a situation of writing the exam. So what challenges you? Challenges is your preparation. I am sure that each and every one of you would have already got motivated, would like to do well for yourself, because it is up to you who are going to motivate for the purpose of writing the exams. Your mother, your father, your near ones, your dear ones have already been motivating you to ensure that timely you pass your exams and become a professional. And therefore you will find that a question was asked to Chanakya, that what is the true motivation? How I should prepare myself? That was a question which was asked, and he said, Yatha chaturbi karakam parikshate nigarshana ched tapa tadai nahi tatha chaturbi purusham parikshate tyagena shilena gunena karmanaha. So it means that just as a gold is tested by rubbing, cutting, heating, beating, all of you students would have undergone lot of stress, lot of anxiety, lot of things in your student life, including COVID-19, whether I should step outside, whether I should go to a garden, whether I should go to a library for studies, or whether all the friends you should meet. So all those are nothing but challenges which has come across. But you as a student should be like a gold. You are a gold. From a rough gold, you become an ornament. How you became an ornament? The ornament by virtue of rubbing. Ornament by virtue of you testing the gold. By rubbing, by polishing, by heating, by testing. So by virtue of which you will find all of you are becoming gold by virtue of your preparation. I am sure that you or normal situation where you will find that the students will feel that he is tensed, but I am sure that your preparation, your goal of the achieving the success, I am sure you would have taken n number of steps. This is also one of such steps taken by the institute to give you a positive, create a positivity in you in order to ensure that when you sit for the duration of 3 hours in exam, write peacefully, calmly, see what are the question, read the question, what is asked and what is expected of you and how you should answer. I am sure that you would have already prepared. Till in case if there are certain doubts in the mind of students, till few days are left, I'm sure that you are going to do best for your exams, bring laurels to you, bring laurels to your family, and also bring laurels to the ICSI. I once again congratulate each and every one of the student, and I'm sure that all of you are the glittering stars who are going to take the institute to the level of the stars where they are in our in our domain. So I'm sure that with all the help and assistance from all the directorate, all the secretariat, and blessings of Almighty, blessings of your parents, blessings and good wishes from all of us, as well as from your friends, you are going to pass your exams. And I'm sure that you will be distributing the sweets on February 25th, 2022. Thank you once again. Congratulations to each and every one of you. All the best from ICSI and President of ICSI. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your words of wisdom. That was indeed inspirational. Your thought-provoking and motivational address is always inspiration to all of us. You always connect with the students and motivate them immensely. Students, it's a proud moment for all of us as we are witnessing the presence of such a learned speaker today, who is also our chief guest on the occasion, Sri Muhammad Ali Shihab ji, who is an IAS officer. I, on behalf of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, once again welcome our chief guest. We are grateful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation and becoming a chief guest of today's event. Before we listen to sir, I will give his brief introduction. Sir is an IAS officer currently posted as Additional Secretary in Department of Power, Nagaland Civil Secretariat, after completing the stint of district collectors in 3 districts of Nagaland, including the district collector of Kohima, capital of Nagaland. Besides this, his life is an inspiration for many youth in the country today who aspire to be an IAS but don't go for the same due to limited resources. I now request the Honorable Chief Guest to address the gathering and cast the light of his knowledge and experience upon us. We welcome you, sir. Over to you, Shihab, sir.
Thank you, Ma. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Good morning. Okay. Sri C.S. Nagendra D. Rauji, the Honorable President of the ICSI. Sri C.S. Devendra B. Deshpandaji, the Vice President of the ICSI. Sri A.K. Srivastavaji, Joint Secretary of ICSI. Madam Gitanjali Singh Rathore, Deputy Director, ICSI. And all the very, very distinguished guests here. My dear students, friends, I hope that covers everybody. Thank you so much for giving me wonderful honor and privilege. I am afraid whether I would be able to do justice to your expectations and also the hope and moreover the trust all of you put on me. So it's always a great privilege to be amongst all of you, particularly one of the premier institute in our country. So thank you so much once again, because this is something I have not expected in my dream or in my thoughts. So my dear students, those who are hearing my humble words, I am requesting you Please don't consider me as a motivating speaker or an inspiration, but I would try my level best. The little bit experiences which I got it last few years. So it is extremely happy to see that ICSI has been leading by a versatile, experienced, loving team led by our president, C.S. Nagendra Raoji. In his presidential address, he really enlightened all of us. So I think what I am supposed to convey to you in brief and short, there has already conveyed to all of you. And similarly, our Vice President also, with a wonderful story of lion, I think that is what I also wanted to convey you. So it's a wonderful day today. So I request all of you, I think I know today is 15th December. Your mind is full of exams, patterns, question paper and many things, because one decade before, in 2010, I was also in the same situation. So I can understand your positions fully. So my dear friends, let me try to do some formalities one must do on this occasion like this. So first of all, let me congratulate all of you and for choosing this wonderful career and this profession. Because of course, I don't know much about this all, but I myself was trying to learn a little bit about the details of company secretary and this all, and even to the institute. So in my limited understanding, what I came to know, in India, around 65,000 company secretaries are there, those who are enrolled as company secretary. So you are also going to be join this prestigious or loving and caring family of company secretary. But at the same time, I got an opportunity to understand that it's not an easy, because your passing percentage is around 1 or 2%. So it is needless to mention, all of you know that it's an extremely competitive examination. So whatever may be, as an individual, right now I am addressing as an individual. When I myself also preparing for this civil service, I also thought the same thing in my mind. Because you see, if you look into the civil service, the passing percentage nowadays around 10 lakh students are applying for, candidates are applying for civil service examinations. If you look at the percentage of those who have cleared, around out of 10 lakh, finally it is coming to 1,000 to 1,200. Of course, those who write mains examination, that is the second stage of the examination, it's around 4 lakh to 5 lakh. So out of 5 lakh, we can say after all elimination, finally it is coming to 1000 to 1200. So that's what is the percentage. And if you really wants to get the IS or IPS, I think only nowadays only around 200 seats are reserved for IAS. So the almost same is the situation here also. So this is the world is extremely competitive. So actually I don't want to start with a dire warning instead, because I am basically an optimistic. So that's why, my dear friends, I would like to seek your attention to one point, that is, you see, as rightly said by our Vice President, in a jungle, why the lion is considered to be the king of the jungle. So you can take the same example in the world also. In a football match, all of us know that there are 11 players. But you know, when the match starts, normally all of us know there is one player who normally known as the game changer, because he himself has an identity. So that's why all of us, those who watch the play, are eagerly watching and giving our maximum attention to that game changer. And see, this is also the same situation in the world. See, the world is already full of players. So I would like to request you, as the first point, be a game changer, because the world is already full of players. So how, you may ask what it means. Means is simply, if you ask this question to me, for me, it is a person with an identity that you have to earn or you have to gain by any means before you die. Because why this is so important? You see, so then you may ask the same question to me. How do we become a game changer? To become a game changer, it's very important, as our Honorable President in his presidential speech, he summed up, or finally the message he wanted to convey in his presidential speech is why the Lord of the Lord is widely considered as the Lord of the Lord and all other details. And he finally concluded his speech by saying that he believes that he has that power. Same is the case of, you see, the same is the case of the lion of the jungle. The lion believes that he is the king. See, I really wanted to discuss a little bit point here. While we say he believes or she believes or who and so, if you look at the belief, you can see that all of us know Sometimes we feel today is good, today is bad, tomorrow, yesterday was extremely bad. So we normally call it like this. Today my mind is not allowing me to learn, or I'm not going there. I'm not. Sometimes even a phone call, somebody is calling you, and you yourselves may say, I'm not interested to pick his call right now. Many things. If from where these all are coming, if you really analyze, because world has already made a study in this regard. So finally, I think they have divided the human mind. As all of us know, there are two categories. Normally we call it as monkey mind and a monk mind. Some of you may be familiar with this. It's monkey and monk mind. What is the meaning of this monkey mind? See, it's very simple. All of us know that, because somebody who is jumping from one place to other place, and also always is anxious, noisy, busy. Okay, and and also a controlling. Most importantly, these are the people they normally wanted to live in the past. I was also in the same situation when I was beginning my preparation, because I got my graduation, means I have completed my graduation at the age of 27. So that time I myself was carrying that burden of orphanage, means the nostalgic feeling, many things. But my mentors, whom I met, really gave me the opportunity to understand the nitty-gritties of this. So, and secondly, those who I think show this the monkey-like mind, I think they are always often anxious about our life. You really into the days, the time we are going to spend this world. Very, 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 very short. Because, for example, if we take our average age of a person, it's coming to around 70 years or 75 years. It's around 25,500 up. If you calculate in this manner, we have only this much limited time in this world. See, I am sitting in the capital of Nagaland, Kohima. Here is extremely cold now, the middle of the December. So you see, if you ask me a direct question before joining this service, I only know what is Nagaland. I know capital Kohima is the capital of Nagaland. But I just last year, in this exactly the same time, I was sitting as the headquarter or the capital district's the collector of Nagaland. See, that is where the life comes. A boy who only knows simply because this northeast normally one a rural boy, a young man who was living in the remote part of Kerala, just looking my own affairs, my family, and I myself is concerned about me. Because See, as a human being, particularly those who are coming from the lower strata, or let me see, some disadvantaged situations, the first and foremost challenge is to how to survive. The survival is comes first. That time I was not concerned about to this type of things, but but later I myself have realized that the ultimate aim of a human being's life is to contribute something to the humanity. So I have told you right now, be a game changer. It's also the same version. So a person with identity. Why I'm saying, I don't know how many of you are hearing my words, my voice. You yourselves will realize that after 1 decade, after 2 decades, where you will be going to be positioned or seated. Because as I told you, till 2010, before writing this examination, or till 2009, my knowledge as far as Nagaland is very limited. I'm taking an example. So, my dear friends, it is very important to understand that the mind, because normally we call it, mind is like a parachute. Because a parachute works well when it is. So please don't try to use your mind in a closed manner, in a narrow manner. Be it open in all aspects. Then it will work well. So I have already explained what is the monkey mind. Let's go to the most important one, that is the monk mind. It's simply opposite, more or less the opposite of this. You can call it calm, quiet. A person with a certainty, relax. Because he is the one living in the present. That is very, very important in our life. So we should understand what is exactly the difference of these two. The best way, and you yourselves have to speak to yourselves whenever that depressed, anxious things comes to you. Something is coming to me, somewhere in the air, or we don't know from where it is coming. So extremely important. Because in my life, while I was preparing for civil service, because I had a tough time. Because exactly the same situation, because as I told you, Nagaland is extremely cold now. In 2010, when I came to Delhi, some of you are sitting in Delhi, I know it's the same cold situation. A person who is coming from Kerala in a warm climate, actually I didn't know how to survive or how to live in such a climate. I was only focusing about how to clear this exam. Finally, what happened? I became sick, and also I was not able to go to class in my coaching classes or many other places more than 15 to 20 days, completely bedridden. Finally, I was compelled to leave the Delhi. I landed in Kerala. See, this is just 3 months before our preliminary examinations. I know. Even no one knows me. Who am I? Of course, some of my friends also don't know whether I am preparing for civil service. Some people. So I know I am in a very difficult condition. Finally, that time, my daughter is That time my daughter is I think 1 year, 6 months, and I know you can understand because she didn't know I am preparing for civil service this all. She wanted to spend time with me and also asking many things, but my mind is full of civil service because at that time I was so almost around 30 years, because as you know that time I have 32 is the maximum age. I had only 2 chances to clear this exam. Finally, I took a decision, extremely sad decision, sending my whole family, including my daughter, my wife, to their own house, and I was staying with my mother. Starting from 5th March 2010 to 22nd May 2010, that is the period. Literally, I myself was dedicated for my civil service because I wanted to test myself. Either I should clear this exam, or else I would come to a conclusion that this is something is not possible to crack by myself. Because I wanted to get an answer from inside. That means, because I am coming to that point, that focus in the letter. So what I wanted to tell you, at the end of the day, it is our mind that is very, very important. So every day is a fresh start for all of you to understand that. Every day. So there is no good day, bad day, nothing like that. Wherever you are, you should be energetic till the last second. So here also I wanted to give some ideas regarding, you see, the level of competition which is also going on in the world. You see, this is not about the company secretary. If you look at any competitive examination in the country, you see, before we see, I know, you might be knowing, we should be proud. Our nation, the great country, is one of the youngest country in the world by the age. You see, I can give you a little bit, some details. You can see 90 crore people of our country are below the age of 35. You see, it's because if you see the world, the total population is coming around 790. Out of this, 140 crore is from our great country. So, see, we are one of the youngest country in terms of age. So, this is not only at any age cohort. If you take the age cohort of 10 to 19, in that age cohort also you can see 20 to 25 crore are also coming under that age cohort. So if you look at any age cohort, you can realize that, you see, you are the youngest, and everywhere that tough competition is going on. A very, very tough land with wide opportunity. Very wide opportunity. So, this is not about the company secretary or civil service. We look at the NEET exam for get the MBBS seat, means the medical. You can see out of 16 lakhs, only around 15,000 to 20,000 are getting action, means that is the level of percentage. Even in the IIT also, in anywhere, there is an exam called as JAM. IIT postgraduate examination. There also, out of 6 lakh, you can see, you may be able to see that only 3,000 is finally able to crack or clear or getting admission. But I mean, you need to understand in this 21st century, in 2021, while preparing for this exam, you are not only the one. Wherever you go, if you really want to get an identity, a person with identity, as I told you, a game changer in this world, you need to understand this statistics a little bit, and you need to be proud. We are also living in such a period. So my point here is it is you see, the beginning for any activity, the beginning is one of the most. Plato once said, the beginning is the most important part of the work. So take some time, think about yourself, who you are, why are you here, what is the exact purpose of your life. Because Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, as all of us know, his famous book, various that famous books, that is Wings of Fire. In the introduction of Wings of Fire, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, that is his autobiography, all of us know, he wrote like this, I quote, each individual creature on this beautiful planet is created by God to fulfill a particular role. Whatever I have achieved in life is through His help and an expression of His will. So, He showered His grace on me through some outstanding teachers and colleagues. And when I pay my tribute to these fine persons, I am merely praising His glory. All these rockets and missiles are His work through a small person called Kalam, in order to tell several million mass of India to never feel small or helpless. I repeat, to never feel small or helpless. We are all born with a divine fire in us. Our efforts should be to give wings to this fire and fill the world with the glow of its goodness. But, friends, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is the last paragraph of his autobiography, Wings of Fire. The introduction of the Wings of Fire. There he is clearly saying that His grace on me through some outstanding teachers and colleagues. I would like to stress upon here a little bit, because we should thank God for whichever denomination you believe, you have reached the right place, or you are going to be part of a great family, a family which is really contributing to the nation building a lot. So this is the right platform and the right place you are right now, because you have some outstanding teachers. I myself witnessed last few months before that. And colleagues, undoubtedly, as I told you, if you could take that challenge properly, you are going to get one of the best colleagues in the world. So, and Dr. Kalamji is also, he wanted to tell the several million mass of India to never feel small or helpless. So I'll give you a simple example. See, Nagaland is a state of 20 lakhs people. If I am going to tell any one of your name, they don't know you. Same is the case here. The reverse is also true. See, that is the level of, we feel, the world is so wide enough. So we need to make our identity, our ensured, the contribution, what we are going to make or to give to the humanity. So, as I told you, when then the question is coming. So before, all of us know our life is a cluster of a group of a lot of decisions, because this decision is basically on the basis of our attitudes. Because when we say this, you see, Abraham Lincoln, he died in 1865. I don't know anyone else. Still, if you look at anywhere in the world, you can see he is the embodiment. Normally, we will quote Abraham Lincoln or when it comes to the strong decision and attitude, because he himself is saying, be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. I feel you have taken a strong decision, and now, because you are sure you are in the right place, now the question is firm. I know some of you may stand. Question is, you should stand firm, that proudly, I am the gold medal winner, or you have to say that in 2021, I am the first rank holder, or I am the best. So, my dear friends, for this, you need an aim. Then comes the question of the aim. Aim, all of us know, without aim, we won't be able to achieve anything. So always remember, your focus determines your reality. Please remember that. Your focus means where you are focused. If you are focusing just searching the WhatsApp message, undoubtedly that is the reality for you. Or you are really focusing on anything which is unwanted, let's say something you personally feel that you should realize that determines your reality. So my dear friends, focus is very, very important. As I told you, set the goals that excite you and scare you at the same time. While I was discussing with Madam, I myself had a doubt. Why a civil servant like me? Because I'm not a person to inspire anybody. I don't know, by the grace of God and because of the prayers of many, many well-wishers, I got an opportunity to be the part of civil service or an IS officer. Okay, by the by, if you take the total number of IS officers, those who pass through this direct recruitment, it is coming below 6,000 plus. It's around 5,200 plus. Later only I realized that is such minority group. I got a chance starting from an orphan. So I was asking Madam, why you have taken type of decision, invited for this. But I know, as I told you, I only know a few countries. I got only to meet a few. But now you see, now God has given me, or the Almighty, or the superpower, wherever we believe, given me the opportunity to see more than 10,000 or maybe 20 or around 50,000 company secretaries. So, friends, I don't know any panacea for anything except the hard work, the dedication. So my point is the goals that you need to set the goals that because we met Dr. our President, yes, Nagendra D. Raoji, he was also a student like you or many others. And yes, Devendra V. Deshpandaji and yes, and Joint Secretary C.S.A.K. Srivastavaji. They were all preparing like you. Finally, you see now they are the one leading this great institute. It's all because you see it's all because of their that exciting decision there that they themselves have taken that I wanted to be the best. Because so that's why, my dear friends, because you have only 7 or 8 days for this exam, I know. Because take some few minutes, 2 days, and sit alone and think about yourself again. And because all of us know, all of us know that one of the important dates in our life is the day we born, or the day that moment we are born in this earth. But the second important moment of the day is the day we realized why we are here, what is the purpose of that, as rightly said by Dr. APJ Abdul. Because think about the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He started his journey from Rameshwaram, a small island. The world has had little bit knowledge about this particular and for that a great personality came to the top of the world. But now, if you read his autobiography, you will realize that almost all the teachers, those who got a chance to teach Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, they are equally legends like APJ. So that's why I am sure the effort which is taken by this ICSI is not going to be in vain. Definitely, all of you are going to make great stories, and finally the distinguished alumni of this ICSI, because you have a great responsibility to realize that. So then the question comes, one of the most important thing I wanted to convey today is sorry to say, because I myself was born in 1980s. Many of our speakers today, they all are born in 20th century or 70s, 80s. As I told you, our great nation is moving to a stage. We are going to be the superpower in the world, because this excited and this energetic youth is going to be our demographic dividend. So that's why you see, myself is born in 1980. If you still at the age of 11, I was fortunate enough to enjoy the carefree joy of life, carefree joy of a rural life. Just a person simply enjoying the life, and I myself was not listening even to my parents, sorry to say, because I wanted to enjoy. Even my primary schooling was an optional affair, because my father had a small shop, a pan dukan, something like pan dukan, I can say, in my locality. I had taken a decision, I myself had taken a decision that I wanted to be the owner of that particular shop. And you see, I was studying in government LP school. So to cut short, that 11 years, you ask me, I think like any child in those days, in a rural setup, I wanted to follow my father's footpath. Means they become a shop owner or the owner of that particular shop. But at the age of 11, I lost. I have my elder brother, my elder third one in my family. Below there are two sisters. Finally, my mother took a decision, sending three of us, including me, into an orphanage. No, I'm not sharing this story to you, not for any other purpose. I wanted to convey a point here. It means finally I landed in orphanage. An orphanage, I'm not going to explain the condition there this time. So what happened to me? I spent what happened to me after 10 years, because I spent 10 years in the orphanage. I would like to visualize you what would be the condition. Standing in front of my group and saying that I wanted to study was literally impossible, because you yourself will become the target. It's difficult. But you know, I was so fortunate when I reached the orphanage. I got an opportunity to meet loving and caring teachers. I was inspired a lot. And finally, I cleared my matriculation with good marks and later teachers training course, that is 2 years teachers training course. And then the pre-degree, in those days we call it pre-degree, equivalent to higher secondary, higher education means higher secondary means class 11 and 12. Now what I wanted to convey here, at the age of 21, while I was returning from the orphanage, what I have realized, something which was totally missing in my life, orphanage taught me what is that. Means discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Because as I told you, at the first 11 years, I myself was simply living the way I like. Not even ready to hear my elders. Because my father, I still remember, I recalled, my father asked me, I think, or requested me, I can say in that manner, to complete the education up to class 7. Because the local schools, the government primary school, I think those days the classes in that school is up to class 7. But we made an agreement that, okay, finally I also agreed I would do that. But father was not there to honor this agreement. I was taken to an orphanage along with my 2 other sisters. So you see, from the orphanage only I got a chance to realize who, and that really gave me that really taught me two things in my life. That is, what is the systematic life is, the importance of discipline. So, because self-discipline is the magic power that makes you virtually unstoppable. Undoubtedly, if a person is following, or if you can ensure that self-discipline, no force in the earth can stop you from moving to your goal. So that's why, my dear friends, kindly keep in the mind, discipline is very, very, very important. I know most of you, or all of you, must be following the same thing. Of course, I have no qualification to say this, because my first 11 years is something like an anarchy. The second years is exactly opposite of that, because I still remember when I was a child, my mother used to call me for food. I refused. Very, many issues, all of us know. The moment I reached orphanage, I realized that what is the importance of time. Because in the morning, you have to reach in the mess at 8 a.m. The food will be over at 9 a.m. Whether you eat or no, and that's up to your choice. You will get the second stage of food at between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. Whether you eat or not, it's up to you. Again, you are going to be hungry or thirsty or whatever, it's up to you. So, you yourselves are literally fighting or struggling the life. Because the life in its reality, I think, slowly, because in the initial stage, I still remember initial stage, I myself also thinking about many things, but later I realized that this all are wish or dreams. It's not going to happen. I would not get a chance to go back to those life I myself was leading. So then comes the another point also I would like to mention to your friends, that is your friendship and associations. I'm taking this point directly because the time, positive time, because we have 12, 17, because the preferred mode is always to be short. So I wanted to conclude as early as possible. So you see, all of you need to understand one very important point, that is, you are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. Think about that. You may be associating with 5 persons. Basically, you are the average of that 5. So you should be very careful. And if you really wanted to go to the top of the world, and be careful to whom you are associating. So finally, success is the result of perfection, hard work, learning from failure, loyalty, and persistence. Because without this persistence and learning from failure, you are not going to do anything. So your positive action combined with positive thinking result is the success. Because action is very much required. So if we have already touched upon that point, that if you really wanted to be a game changer, you have to come out from the comfort zone. And repeat the word comfort zones. It's not about only our house or home. Anything. Suppose sleeping in the morning, or spending your time in the mobile phone. Anything. If you have such any habit or quality, you have to come out that comfort zone. Any cost. Great things never came from comfort zones. we are talking about great things. It will never come from comfort zones. So that's why maybe for business, because tomorrow business persons, those who have succeeded, anyone who Warren Buffett, if you look at their whole life, you can see they may be simply reading from morning to evening. Because you should understand that you should come out from the comfort zones. You have to spend time where you are supposed to. Next is coming the time management. That is, it's not about having time, it's about making. As I told you, my own experience, 3 months staying with my mother before the preliminary exam. It's really painful, but that cocoon period, that is the period, that silence period really changed my life. So you are also going to be more or less in the same situation now. Because if you analyze the world, the contributors, those who made contribution to the world in their life, you can see a period of silence. I'm not in that category, but what I'm trying to say, anyone, you look at the life of Mahatma Gandhi, look at the life of anyone in the world, you can see that period of silence, minimum 7, 8, 10 years, sometimes more than that. So that's why it's about making time with that monk mind. I repeat, that calm, certainty, that is very important. You don't need to be very busy. You should be calm and quiet. But concentrate, focus with full dedication and clarity. That is very important. Because we live in an age of unprecedented opportunity. If you got ambitions and smarts, you can rise to the top of your chosen profession regardless of where you started out. It is possible. So, and when we speak about the times, something regarding normally while preparing for civil service or any such competitive examination, one, of course, we all are human beings. We are not a robot. We are not a machines. We are full of emotions, mood singing, this thing, that all problem. So even though it is really impossible, but I would like to say, stop overthinking. Please, stop overthinking. You are only creating problems that aren't there. Actually, by practicing this overthinking, you yourselves are creating a new problem. No need to think. Okay, as rightly said by here, Lord of the Lords, the karma is important. That is the crux of the Gita. That is the you have to work, hard work, without thinking what is. Let the research. Because I normally, when I get an opportunity to meet any youngsters these days, even particularly because most of the opportunity comes to me, but in the field of civil service, I normally say to my young brothers and sisters, work talentfully. Success will make enough noise. You don't need to make any noise now. I'm sure something which you have achieved, if it is a success, that success will make enough its own noise. Okay. That day, your name is going to be the headline of this newspaper. You don't need to think now. If if it deserves, undoubtedly it will happen automatically. A force in the earth can stop you from. So that's why work silently, success will make. So overthinking normally, it ruins the situation. No need to think now what will happen. I know some of you may not be able to clear this exam because the cutoff, the level of quality, many reasons. Because all of you know that all of you are not going to clear this exam. But one thing is clear: you only need one seat for you as an individual. I'm speaking to you not as a crowd now, as a union now, as an individual. Okay, because I myself know that when I was, as I told you, again I'm going back to my life little bit. They really wanted to touch upon that, but you see, when I reached in my home at the age of 21, after completing my 10 years, my orphanage life, what happened in my life, if you really ask me, till 21, very frankly, I have no aim, no goal, nothing. I was simply floating in the water like any other object. So what happened when I got a better mark in physics in higher secondary examinations, class 12 examination, precisely, I wanted to pursue the same subject in a graduation at the age of 21. But you know, when I reached my home, I told my mother I wanted to go for this. My brother, nobody was there to hear or listen to my suggestion. Because that was not the condition. The issues, including some financial issues. But what happened? I simply joined as a teacher in a primary school just for those 2,000 rupees in those days as monthly salary. But within that time, I tried for many competitive examinations. By the grace of God, I could able to clear around 21 States Public Service Commission examination. So first I joined as a unskilled worker, is equivalent to last grade in a Kerala Water Authority in 2004, later in a lower division clerk in a Grama Panchayat, and of course finally 2007 as a teacher in a government school. Friends, why I am explaining this all? This is not something is not going to ask in your examination. But here, what I wanted to tell you, at the age of 27 only, I got my graduation from Calicut University. Finally, the court's decisions, instead of going to a regular college, because I was asked to complete this graduation through distant mode. Yeah, of course, that time it was a painful, needless to explain. But later I realized, after clearing this examination, almost all the colleges in that locality or that area or that region have already visited and delivered my speech. You see, no need to be depressed or no need to think that something is you are being prevented from. That is exactly the manifestation or exactly the interpretation of Gita, the karma. That is very important. It is important to everyone. Okay. So my point here is, so while I was preparing for civil service, my age is 29. Normally joke with the people that Lord Buddha started his journey at the age of 29. I also same period, same age. So I got this at the age of 31. So, but in 2009, while I was flying from Kerala to Delhi, along with my 12 friends, we got those who have cleared a preliminary examination of a Delhi-based NGO for a scholarship. I was the only person. So exactly, I am not throwing my trumpet or boasting. Simply, I want to convey a message that I was the only married man, a working person, having a daughter. All my friends, they were below 25, 22. Looks like they were so more confident and happy because they themselves, most of them are thinking that, yeah, they have 7 times, they have more chances. They can write this exam 4 times, 5 times, because as I told you earlier, you can write this exam if you are an OBC 7 times, general category those times, 4 times. But I myself know that of domestic issues here and there, this is going to be my last or the first chance. But see, again, by the grace of God and all, finally I got able to clear this exam. Here I wanted to tell you, while sitting in Delhi, it was a tough time for me whether I should concentrate these NCERT books or these things, or sometimes some thoughts thinking what would happen if I am not going to clear this exam, domestic issues, many things. But I would request you kindly control your overthinking because it ruins the situation. It teaches the things around. It makes you worry. It just makes everything worse than it actually is. Because as I told you, when I reached Delhi in the first time, of thoughts, because the moment you sit in front of the book, automatically everything will come to your mind. Because those who have already studied, your friends, and some of them have already reached some prestigious position, many things, lots of comparisons. So please stop overthinking. Because a fresh start is in a new place, the new mindset. We have a wrong notion that while changing the place, we can make changes. It's about the mindset. We all of us know this, but I'm just reminding you these simple points. So I have already mentioned you a goal. But a goal without a plan is just a wish. We are discussing about a lot. But without a clear plan, if you make a goal, it's going to be just. Because we should be very, very, very careful about particular points. So, finally, because I wanted to convey to all of you, success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. I've already explained this point. Consistency is very important. Forget about what the world thinks about you. What happened? No need to worry. You see, now I am running 41. Now in the civil service IAS, I myself is planning to go for I wanted to go to a reputed campus to do a MA or PhD or something. Still, it's an unfulfilled experiences. But I know, because if you are purely determined and if you are ready to put your hard work, forget about everything. Because I'm telling you, if you look at around you, lots of issues, problems, demotivating, discouraging, and disillusioning news issue. You can see, but are we waiting for 2022 to clear this? No. Going to increase in the coming days. So that's why, my dear friends, take a decision and implement it. Because when I say this all, normally something which comes to our mind, all of us say, I can't. Because we say, I am from this background, that background, have this and that. But this I can't. But at the end of the day, if you really want to be, as I told you, the game changer, you have to cut that T from the I can't, then it will come I can. Because it's all about, finally, you have to say that I am not a product of my circumstance, product of my decisions, my desire. Because the world may remember some, but may not remember many. But before you leave this earth, let us leave some imprints behind. So, of course, you personally ask me, now I told you, till 11, my world is very limited to my house and that small locality. But finally, I was so fortunate because when I lost my father along with my two daughters, I was taken to an orphanage. Other side is also equally true. Had it been not happened, it would have been a disaster. I would have become an anti-social leader in my locality. I know because I had a lot of friends. But the orphanage came on the way to protect all of us. Sometimes issues, problems, many things, in many multiple manner, each makes some impediment here and there. Your life. Life is a one-time opportunity. So as rightly said by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, it is our responsibility. It is our responsibility to realize that exactly that we are all born with a divine fire in us. Our efforts, I repeat that, our efforts should be to tune to this fire. You know that the transformation of a butterfly, a butterfly is just like a simple insect, but to become a full-fledged butterfly, that metamorphosis, that transformations, friends who are in this stage, that pupa and that cocoon period is very, very excellent. No need to gain or eagerly wait for some immediate fame or recognition, but I can tell you, I can promise you many more things in the days to come. Put your full efforts. Let this great country be proud about you. Because as I told you, it's all our responsibility to contribute for the national building. Because we are going to be a superpower in 10 or 15 years, maybe before that also. So I am sure one day, as rightly said, as while I was discussing with Madam Gitanjali, because you need to aspire for the best in the world, because you have already chosen your career, your profession. That profession is basically going to determine your friendship, your influences, even your growth, your development, and everything that you have already done. Now it is the responsibility to you. Let the words and you and your family and your friendship and everyone get benefit there. For that, you need to work hard and realize, because that your desire, because success is finally, success is finally, it is the, I can say, we need to keep the 4D in our mind, finally. That is the desire, direction, dedication, and discipline. And if you forget whatever I have said today, just keep in these 4 things. If this all 4 things comes together in a proportionate manner, finally you are going to be the success. The desire, the intense, passionate desire. Even you can aspire to be maybe the batch to become the president of this ICA one day. You may be conducting same webinar maybe for another group of people. Okay. So be nothing wrong and be part of this great family. Because our life is not something simply wasting here and there. Let it be focused on the great things. And secondly, the directions that you are getting from this. Totally. That is not only. So now you have to find out best mentors. Help you, the mentors. The 2 things is very important. Number 1 is finding out the best profession that you have already done, and mentors and the directions. But at the end of the day, the ball is again in your court, that is the dedication. Even if I said, even the ICSI made a lot of effort to conduct a lot of inspiration, motivations. Once you reach back in our home or our room, if you are again back to the square one, there is no point. Point is, go back today, sit in your room, think about yourselves. If you spend 5-10 minutes, 5-10 minutes every day before you go to sleep, friends, before you go to sleep, think about yourselves. What is the contribution of yours for your goal, your dream, and your vision, your desire? What is the new things you have learned? How did you spend your day? So, finally, I know you are extremely enthusiastic, you are passionate desire, you got better direction, and you are dedicated, but if you are not, somewhere you are not able to control your life due to multiple reasons. Sometimes it may be liquor, it may be something else, some substance or whatever, because these all are plenty available in our life, because it's like because the discipline, it is like something like I can say, it's like a lotus. Lotus means, all of us know, lotus is very beautiful flower. But when you look at the lotus, its roots are, basically its roots are in such a, very, very muddy, or I can say very in a dirty conditions, because lotus are in the water. So, but there is a quality of lotus roots. It will not absorb these dirty things. It will only absorb pure water and also the nutrients. It's your choice. You can absorb anything. I have told you. Because the nature, God, the well-wishers, orphanage, even this great country. Because, of course, to clear this civil service, you have to meet a civil service interview board. Even all of them, I think I can recall or remember fondly now, because has done enough goodness to me. So I have a personal responsibility to say to all of you, because personally I have realized that the world is full of good people, lot of goodness. Search that, follow that, finally spread that goodness to the world. So I know you are going to write a great exam, because sometimes think about those who are left out, along with you, because those who have started the journey when you were in the class at LKG, UKG, schools, high schools, college, and many, they were not with me. They were not with you right now, because finally you have reached here. What you have attained is nothing less the blessings, and it's more about your hard work. But once you become a company secretary, I would like to request, I know you are going to really make this institute proud. But it is equally important also looking back this disadvantaged, marginalized, and the less fortunate people in the life. Because you are going to be company secretary, it is something like a chief secretary in a government department. You are closely going to work with the board of directors. You are the one exactly going to work with both the stakeholders and shareholders, I know. So stakeholders, community, the various pressure groups, environment, many issues, because I myself is coming from a very reputed company. Unfortunately, it was closed last century. That is Colio Rayons, Mavur Colio Rayons, owned by the company. I know. So that's why during my childhood, I had an opportunity to see the local protest against this company because of some pollution happened in the river. So your role in aspect of all this is very crucial. So I know, because that's my own personal experience, only nothing negative there. My friends kindly become a socially committed and a responsible company secretary, because this country needs you. I really congratulate all of you, not only for opting this great profession, congratulating for you in advance the contribution which you are going to make this great country. So thank you so much. I wish all of you the best wishes for your upcoming exam. Once again, thank you for the entire team, our Honorable President, Vice President, and Joint Secretary, of course, our great Madam Gitanjali Singh Rathore. They really, I think, motivated me, and also she motivated me in reality by giving me a lot of confidence, because but I don't know whether I have done finally the justice to you all, but I hope you can get some insight here and there. These few minutes which we have spent together is, I think, I feel is something precious to all of us. So once again, congratulations, thank you, Jai Hind.
Thanks, sir, for your influential message. That was indeed great. You have immensely motivated all of us, not our students. Some of the members, they have also joined in this program. They are also, greatly motivated. We were delighted to have you here and to listen to your expertise and motivational address. Thousands of students attempt the UPSC examination every year, but only a few are able to crack. And thousands, they give up only after 2 or 3 attempts. But your story is a perfect example of hard work and dedication. We are once again thankful to you for having agreed to guide and motivate our students. I now request Mr. A.K. Srivastava, sir, Joint Secretary, Student Services, to give concluding remarks and extend vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. I am extremely thankful to Sri Muhammad Ali Shihab Ji, IS, for sparing time to address our students on this occasion. Our students are going to appear in the December examination attempt, and this is the right time when they should be motivated to put their best, to give their best while they are going to appear in the prestigious examination of Institute of Company Secretaries of India. your points of thought given to our student, shared by you, were really enlightening, highly motivating. Students, he has given you the point that you should become a game changer. Means you have to come out from your comfort zone. He emphasized that great things will never come from a comfort zone. So you have to achieve, you have to come out of your comfort zone. He has given 4 Ds: desire, direction, dedication, and discipline. If you can fix these 4 Ds, write in a big and bold and put in your wall and daily see that placard every day, that you have to imbibe these 4 Ds in your habit. He said every day is a fresh start. Whatever happened in past, forget everything. Every day is a fresh start. Your mind is open. Mind functions like a parachute. Works only if it is open. You are open enough, if you are ready enough to achieve something big, then for you, every day is a fresh start. He emphasized the importance of self-discipline in your life. He said, work silently. Your success should make a noise. Don't make noise that what I'm going to do, what I'm going to achieve. You achieve it. Let your success speak. People will immediately recognize you. From nowhere you will come in the limelight and you will be at the focus point. Said, a goal without a plan is just a wish. You are not going to achieve anything if you are not having a plan. So let's have a concrete plan. Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. Means you have to be focused on your studies, and if you are putting your best consistently, success is bound to come. Shihab sir, your lecture was really motivating to our students. These are the few points I wanted to re-emphasize before closing the today's session. We are really grateful that you have spared some time out of your busy schedule to address our students, to ignite them for the future bright career. And your success story is highly motivating. In spite of having lot of hurdles, you have achieved. You are a real achiever, sir. You are a real achiever. Before I conclude, I am also thankful to our President and Vice President, sir. In spite of having very busy job schedule, they spared some time to be with us in this occasion when we are conducting the motivational session for our students. I am grateful to them because they always give their patronage, their guidance whenever we plan anything for our students. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your wonderful words. You always, motivate our students and they are always, keen to hear you. You inspire them immensely, and that concludes a remarkable, memorable and knowledgeable event. And we are once again thankful to our chief guest of the day, Shihabji. We are really thankful to you, sir. So students, lastly, I want to say that students, if Shihab sir could do it despite all odds and limited resources, what is your excuse? We are sure that you all will make us and your parents proud in the upcoming examination. Good luck for your exam. Wish you all the very best. And one thing I wanted to say, that register for Yuvotsav, as VP sir said, Yuvotsav is being organized on 12th of January 2022 at Indore. At our website, all details are available. Link is also available at the website. Please register for Yuvotsav. It will be a grand event and you will learn a lot from this program. So once again, I thank everybody. Thank you, Srivastav sir, President sir, Vice President sir, and our chief guest of the day, Shihab sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.